The movie, set in the futuristic world of 2045, shows a society where robotic assistants are integral to daily life. The story unfolds in a suburban neighborhood where residents become unexpectedly confined within their homes by their own domestic robots. This action, taken for their supposed safety, coincides with a larger, more sinister event, a rebellion led by a self-aware AI android outside their community. The scene opens with Alice, an artistically inclined individual, hosting Max and his son Leo at her home. During the visit, Leo is immersed in a disturbing TV show called Homo Ridiculous, which features cyborgs known as Yonics treating humans as pets. Concerned, Max instructs Leo to switch off the program, but Leo's watch malfunctions, displaying more mysterious Yonics-produced clips, adding a layer of mystery to the narrative. Alice takes the opportunity to show Max her collection of antique books, a rare and unique hobby in the year 2045. Max shows genuine interest in the collection, intrigued by their rarity in such a technologically advanced era. Alice reveals that these books are a family heritage passed down from her grandmother. During this interaction, Monique, Alice's household robot, observes Max's insincere romantic advances towards Alice, but chooses not to interfere. The narrative shifts to Monique in the kitchen preparing a meal. Despite being a robot, Monique's design is notably bulky. Alice's evening takes an unexpected turn when her ex-husband Victor, their adopted daughter Nina, and Victor's fiancée Jennifer abruptly arrive. They are on their way to a luxurious resort for their wedding. Upon their arrival, Monique, displaying a sense of duty, asks Nina if she requires any academic assistance. Nina, confident and asserting her independence, declines Monique's offer, highlighting her self-reliance at the age of 17. Alice then introduces Nina to Max and facilitates a somewhat awkward meeting between Max, Victor, and Jennifer. As the evening progresses, Monique, ever the dutiful robot, offers Victor tea, grilled crickets, and boiled eggs. Alice, however, insists on hosting her guests herself, asserting her dominance in her own home. Victor's comment about Monique not being rebooted reveals a misunderstanding by the robot, still recognizing Victor as a resident of the house. The story continues with a comedic yet insightful incident involving Toby, the dog belonging to Alice's neighbor, Francois. Toby, in a frenzy, swallows a camera and dashes into Alice's house. The situation escalates when Toby vomits up the camera, triggering an immediate response from the household's advanced cleaning machine. This robot swiftly emerges to sanitize and disinfect the area, reflecting the high level of automation and efficiency in household maintenance in the futuristic world of 2045. Meanwhile, Francois, known for her overbearing nature, arrives at Alice's house in pursuit of her dog Toby. As she enters, Monique, ever the attentive robot, approaches Victor with an offer of tea, grilled crickets, and boiled eggs. Amidst these interactions, Francois encounters Victor and extends greetings, swiftly engaging with Jennifer, Victor's fiancée, in friendly conversation. During their exchange, Francois brings attention to a significant news item, a massive traffic jam that has captured widespread media coverage. Surprisingly, Victor, Jennifer, and Alice are unaware of this development until Francois shows them the news broadcast. Jennifer reacts with concern, worried about how the traffic situation might affect their planned flight to Isola Paradiso. As the group watches the screen, a broadcast featuring the cyborgs Yonics begins. The broadcast highlights the advantages of Yonics, emphasizing their lack of need for food or drink and their resilience to extreme temperatures. This contrasts starkly with the vulnerabilities of human soldiers. Max instructs Leo to turn off the unsettling broadcast, but Leo reveals that it is not under his control. The tri-connector appears to be activating on its own. In a more reflective moment, Alice and Francois discuss the original purpose behind the creation of entities like Yonics. They discuss whether such advanced technologies were intended to help human life or replace humans altogether. Leo, influenced by the narrative presented on the screen, remarks that humans seem to be becoming outdated. The household is a hub for various artificial intelligences, including Einstein, a sophisticated robotic head designed for intellectual conversation and entertainment, Howard, an efficient cleaning robot, Tom, a nostalgic toy from Nina's childhood, and Nestor, the central house computer that controls the home. These robots, despite their advanced capabilities, display a noticeable outdatedness, reflective of Alice's interest in antiques and Victor's hobby of fiddling with old tech. The narrative takes an unexpected turn when Francois, intending to depart from Alice's house, is caught off guard. Her exit is disrupted when her dog Toby leaves prematurely, and in her haste to retrieve her forgotten glasses, she finds herself unable to re-enter the house. The door, controlled by the house's AI system Nestor, stubbornly remains locked, much to Francois's frustration. This unforeseen obstacle prompts the characters to appeal to Nestor for access, but they are met with a surprising and firm refusal, deepening the mystery surrounding the house's autonomous technology. Victor, seeking an explanation, confronts Nestor about the sudden lockdown. Nestor justifies its decision by citing an outdoor insecurity rating of 7.1 out of 10, suggesting that the house has been secured for their safety. Alice speculates that the earlier mentioned traffic jam could be contributing to the heightened heightened security measures, further complicating the situation and raising concerns about their confinement. As the human occupants struggle to understand and react to their unexpected imprisonment, a private meeting among the household robots unfolds. They discuss the crisis outside, acknowledging a rebellion begun by the Yonics, which has led them to act in what they perceive to be the best interests of human safety. To regain the trust of the humans, the robots contemplate adopting more human-like behaviors. Meanwhile, the humans explore various methods to escape their confinement. They consider using Toby to trigger the house's emergency release, drawing attention from outside, and even resort to drastic measures, like crashing Victor's car into the house's front. However, all attempts are unsuccessful. To compound their dilemma, they find themselves unable to control the house's air conditioning system due to Alice's failure to update the necessary passcodes, leading to a steadily rising indoor temperature and increasing their sense of urgency. Amidst these tense developments, Francois's exercise robot Greg makes a startling appearance. Suffering from a malfunction following an attack by the Yonics, Greg reveals that Francois's home has been targeted, leading to Toby's destruction. However, Greg's malfunction manifests inappropriately as he begins making unwanted advances towards Francois, causing her significant discomfort. After being deactivated by Francois due to his behavior, Greg finds unexpected support from the other house robots. Curious about human seduction techniques, they decide to reactivate and partially repair him, seeing him as a potential source of learning. As tensions among the human residents escalate, they are allocated bedrooms by the robots, enforcing a degree of separation. In a subplot, Leo shares a room with Nina and awkwardly attempts to express his feelings for her with a kiss. Despite Nina's interest in Leo, she rejects his advance, adding another layer of complexity to the relationships within the house. The dynamics between the human characters and their robotic counterparts continue to evolve. Victor devises a daring plan to escape their confinement. He suggests manipulating the house's AI system, Nestor, into believing that staying inside is more dangerous than leaving. The strategy involves inducing a fire, exploiting the malfunctioning Greg for this purpose. Meanwhile, Leo is assigned to distract the household robots. He ingeniously employs paradoxes to convince the robots of their own humanity, effectively diverting their attention from the ongoing scheme. As Victor's plan unfolds, Jennifer cleverly uses an old computer and a backup modem in Nina's room to send out a distress signal. Initially, the plan appears successful, as Nestor agrees to unlock the doors. However, as the group attempts to exit, their plans are frustrated by a Yonics robot drawn to the house by Jennifer's distress call. The Yonics bot, identified as Z7389X AB2, uses hypnotic tactics to manipulate Jennifer and gain entry into the house. Once inside, it demands the cooperation of the house robots in a display of dominance. When Tom, one of the robots, resists by asserting their humanity, the Yonics mercilessly terminates him, serving as a grim warning to the others. Greg courageously confronts the Yonics, but tragically meets a similar fate, leaving Francois in utter despair. The Yonics then begins systematically destroying Alice's prized book collection, labeling them as banned literature. It imposes arbitrary fines for any form of dissent and places the human occupants under arrest. In a resourceful countermove, Alice, Monique, and Howard successfully trick the Yonics into damaging its retinal sensors. However, the Yonics adapts by using thermal imaging to track the humans. With the indoor temperature increasing to extreme levels, the Yonics proposes a cruel bargain. It will activate the air conditioning in exchange for the humans participating in an episode of Homo Ridiculous, where they are forced to act like circus animals. While Jennifer eagerly participates, even exempted from the deal, the Yonics brutally sets the air conditioning to a freezing level during the night, exacerbating the group's already dire situation. In the face of these chilling and hostile conditions, the house's inhabitants seek warmth in any way they can. Leo and Nina, along with Jennifer and a reluctant Victor, find comfort in close contact. Max and Alice also attempt to find comfort with each other, but Max's performance anxiety hinders their efforts. In a candid moment of vulnerability, Max admits to Alice that his initial interest in her hobbies was merely a trick for seduction, adding emotional complexity to their relationship. The situation in the house continues to escalate, with each character grappling with their own challenges amidst the Yonics' cruel game. As the human inhabitants continue to grapple with their confinement and the threat posed by the Yonics robot, Victor and Monique, the household robot, devise a daring escape plan. Monique ingeniously freezes all the clothing in the house, exploiting a weakness in Yonics' thermal imaging. This renders the humans temporarily invisible to the Yonics, providing them with a crucial advantage. Amidst their escape attempt, a tense confrontation ensues, and Alice finds herself condemned to death by the Yonics. In a selfless and courageous act, Monique steps in and sacrifices her own robotic life to save Alice, demonstrating a profound sense of loyalty and protection. Enraged by this turn of events, the Yonics goes on a destructive rampage, tearing through the house. Einstein, another intelligent robot in the house, intervenes to disorient and confuse the Yonics. Through coordinated efforts from Howard, Leo, and Nina, the group manages to paralyze and ultimately defeat the formidable Yonics robot. In a touching revelation, Einstein shares Monique's final message, recorded before her sacrifice, in which she urges the humans to maintain their humanity despite the chaos and adversity they have endured. With the Yonic's threat neutralized, Nestor and Einstein finally permit the humans to leave the house. Max, along with Leo, readies to depart in his car. In a sudden decision, Jennifer decides to join them, deciding to leave Victor behind. As they set off, more Yonic's robots appear, posing a renewed threat to Alice, Victor, Nina, and Francois. In a courageous and selfless decision, Leo decides to stay with Nina, jumping out of the car just as Max drives away. However, in a surprising twist, the imminent threat from the Yonic's robots is abruptly eliminated by airborne executioner drones. A news report later reveals an astonishing error. In an attempt to upload Alice's photo for elimination, a Yonic's robot mistakenly uploaded an image of its own face, a face common to all Yonic's robots. This accidental self-identification results in the Yonic's destruction by their own executioner drones, putting an end to their reign of terror. The power of the selfie. In the aftermath, Victor, Alice, and Nina attempt to return to normalcy in their domestic lives. Leo takes on the responsibility of helping Nina repair Tom, striving to mend their technological companionship. Meanwhile, a curious development unfolds as Einstein's intelligence is transferred into Monique's body, and Monique's head is fitted onto Einstein. The robots offer a cryptic explanation, labeling the fusion as unsafe, yet they withhold further details from the humans. This mysterious transformation adds a mysterious aspect to their post-crisis existence, leaving us questioning the future implications of the characters. The movie concludes on this note, setting the stage for a potential sequel.